Hi, this is Linda, and I'm back with Talking in American English, Lesson 33. This is the fourth part, Part D. We had A, B, C, and D of Lesson 33. This part is about grammar, and we're going to talk about comparing and contrasting two things. Sometimes students in school are asked to do that as an assignment, and other times you may have to talk about how two things are alike and how they're different. So we'll get some phrases and some ways to do that effectively. So let's look at our pictures. We have two pictures. We have a picture of some blue bonnets, and we have a picture of some flowers in a vase. So what can I say about the two pictures in comparing them, saying how they are alike? Both pictures are pretty, pretty, pretty. In both pictures, you can see flowers. Yes, flowers, flowers. I feel refreshed when I look at these two pictures. I look at them at the same time and get the same feeling. So the two pictures together make me feel refreshed. Both have living plants in them. Living plants, living plants. Both of them, this time I used both of them as the subject, whereas here I just used both, and up here I used both pictures, but I say something about them together. Both of them are photographs, not paintings. They're both photographs, not paintings. They both have living things in them. I can see flowers in both of them, and I feel refreshed when I look at them. They are both pretty. So these are some ways they are alike. Now let's talk about how they're different. Now I didn't redo the pictures for the next one except in a very small way, if you can remember the pictures. How are the two pictures different? Same pictures, I just made them smaller so I could get more on the page. In one picture, the flowers are outdoors, or in one picture, the flowers are outside. I'm talking about one picture. Now I've got to talk about the other picture. But in the other picture, the flowers are indoors or inside a home. This is indoors, inside a home. It took me two statements combined with the word but to contrast them. One is this way, but the other one is this way. Another contrasting look at the pictures. I see only one kind of flower in one picture, just blue bonnets. However, I see many kinds of flowers in the other one. So I combined the two with a however, which also means they're different. Now, however is written a little bit differently because however it is almost like a whole thought. You can combine it with a semicolon, but then after we get the however, we need a comma. You don't have to do that with other connecting words, but we do with however. But it's just there, and I put one comma right before it. But this gets a comma after it and a semicolon before it. However, I see many kinds of flowers in the other one. So one and the other one. That helps to show the comparison. One picture shows flowers growing in the ground. That would be this picture. In the other picture, though, the flowers are in water in a vase. That would be that picture. And to help me make the contrast, I use the word though, but not at the beginning and not between the two sentences. It was just in the middle of the second part. One picture shows flowers. The other picture, so that tells me it's two different ones. And then the though is also telling me they're different. There are probably many insects hiding in one picture, but not in the other. If we look at the picture, this probably has many insects. This one hopefully has no insects when it comes inside the home. So let's do it with one more picture. Here we have a picture. That's actually me, and I'm not looking happy, but I am. It's my birthday. So here's a birthday cake. So here's a picture, and then here's a picture. Both have some things that are similar and some things that are different. How are they alike? The location for both pictures is indoors. In both pictures, the food looks delicious. Both pictures show people at a table with food. I can see a fork in each picture. This time I used each to include both of them. Each picture. The picture on the left looks fun, and the picture on the right also looks fun and also can be used for the same. Each have something, or each has something. Each have something. And both always works when you're, here's another both. That is used for comparing. So we're saying how they're alike. How are they different? Now there's a smaller version to help you remember. How are the two pictures different? One picture is larger than the other. Or one picture is bigger than the other. That means the same thing. Or one picture is smaller than the other. Now, usually we take two sentences to say different, but using than, than, is the way we show that there's a difference. One is smaller, one is bigger than. So that takes care of making them different. In one picture, there is a whole meal. The other picture, however, now there's a however stuck in the middle, only shows a cake and snacks. This picture is a whole meal. This one is only a cake and snacks. There is a sweet cake in one picture, but the other picture doesn't show any dessert. There's no dessert here, but there's only dessert here and snacks, which are like dessert. In one picture, there is nothing to drink. There's nothing to drink in this picture. In the other picture, however is in the middle of the sentence, there are glasses of water and cans of soda. In the bigger picture, you can see that. Let's go back. This one has glasses of water and cans of soda. This one has nothing to drink. Oops, let's go this way. Okay. One picture has candles. In contrast, that's a good phrase to use to talk about contrasting. In contrast, the other picture has no candles. The person in one picture has not eaten anything yet. That's me in that picture. I haven't eaten anything yet. But the people in the other picture have already eaten some of the meal. We can see the face of someone, me, in one picture. No faces show in the other picture. So one and then other. That's a very common way to make the different comparisons. Sometimes we use comparison meaning both alike and different. I want you to compare them. But what are the comparisons and what are the contrasts? You can break it down into alike, not alike areas. And it usually takes two statements to do contrast. Not always, like we did with this one, but many times it does. And sometimes you don't use any word. We can see the face of someone in one picture. There's no connecting word. No faces show in the other picture, but the word other and one make the difference. So that is a quick lesson on comparing and contrasting. If you ever have to do that, you can use these sentence patterns to help you do it. And there are two pictures that are different and alike, and another set of pictures that are both alike and different. I hope that helps. See you next time.